Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are BACK back with another episode of After the Buzzer. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, ATB SHOM. My other host was here with us today, ATB Josh. We are back from our 2-month hiatus. Now, I understand it is a 2-month hiatus. How are you just going to put out the first 2 episodes and then just...
Dip.
Yeah, it just dip.
Dip.
Look, hey, ladies and gentlemen, me and Josh literally talked about that right before we started this whole thing. We're like, look, we're going to try to make this work. We had a couple of things we just needed to construe and, just get together. But now...
Life happened, bro. Life happened.
Life. And as most of it does happen for everybody else, it happened to us. And, we try to accommodate for the situation. But now we're here. That's what happens when life. You eventually got to keep going forward. You'll get to the destination where you at. And now look where we are. We're back doing it again. You feel me? But yeah, 2-month hiatus, man. That's a lot of stuff we missed.
It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of stuff we missed in the NBA too. I mean,
yeah. Oh,
Curry.
Wait, Happy New Year, Doug. Happy
New Year. First episode 2024. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got birthday next week too. 26.
Hey, bro, you already know how it is. Oh, wait, 26. You're in January?
Yeah. I got a lot of friends' birthdays in January. So
it's crazy.
It's been a party like every week for me.
I remember last year when you told me it was like, yo, it was my birthday. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I'm like
I just treat it. I just treat it like a normal day at this point. It's just it's not like I don't celebrate like I do. It's just like, all right, bro, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Like I'm working the day after my birthday, bro. Like I don't care. Like I took up somebody's shift. Like I'd rather go work.
Yeah, like to be honest,
like work don't stop, grind don't stop, bro.
What are you telling me? I've been grinding all damn year. Damn year, and I don't think I'm planning on stopping anytime soon. But back to the birthday thing. My birthday is next month as well, so we're right there. So you might be an Aquarius.
You'll be 25.
Yeah, 25, big 25, man.
Yeah, I am an Aquarius. Yeah, like I'm an Aquarius. So
see, ladies and gentlemen, you see why the dynamic works out. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Y'all see it. You come on. There's nothing more to be.
I usually didn't know I didn't know my zodiac sign until I turned like 18. So I googled it at some point. I was just like, everybody talking about zodiac sign. Like, I don't know what the fuck my zodiac sign is. I never paid attention to that shit. Amen. And then I didn't believe it at first. So then like my sister decided to like break down what the Aquarius was. And I said, oh shit, that's me. Holy
yeah, you started like after listening on the traits, I'm like, damn, I do that. I do that.
Yeah, like
I didn't know you noticed I did that. That's crazy.
It's like I feel like I was being attacked.
Yeah, I felt like I was being exposed. I'm like, why are you gonna tell me put my information out like that, man? They can't just expose me like that.
My personality out like that. Out of here.
Man. But
yeah, go ahead.
No, you good. You good. I was just gonna let the people know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow us on all the platforms that we do have: Instagram, Twitter, now known as X, but formerly known as Twitter.
Nah, we call it Twitter still.
We still calling it Twitter?
Yeah, everybody else
doing the X, man.
Everybody now the X is only for Black Panther, bro.
Black Panther. Oh, so let me.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
That's the only X we need to be seeing.
Exactly. But it's still Twitter. It's still Twitter to me. But yes, follow us up on Twitter, IG, YouTube. Look at that, like, follow, and subscribe. And let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. It's been a lot that we missed. I mean,
yeah.
Steph Curry 3-point streak is officially broken after so long. What was it? How long was it? It was what?
That was 200. I got it right. 268 games, bro.
Yep.
268 games. So think about that. Let's do the math real quick. I can't do the math on my phone. Oh, wait, yeah. My phone came back on now.
You want to do math?
Yeah, we're going to do the math. Oh, but you know what? You also got to take into account from that time, because when I was going to do it from 20... No, actually, I don't even think that's possible. But anyway, right? It's 82 game season, right? But you also got to take into like account of the quarantine season.
Yeah.
The heightened season. I think that was when it started ramped up right after. So like it's a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna. I'm sorry.
It's a streak that probably would never be duplicated again.
Ever.
Like it's just something that's just we're not going to see again. Speaking of something that we never thought we'd see. Well, I guess when you think about it, we did see it coming. I take that back. But Shaq is on his way to getting his 3rd jersey retirement in his illustrious NBA career. He's being honored for the 3rd time, this time by the Orlando Magic, the team that drafted him. Shout out to the Big Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, the Big Aristotle, the Diesel.
Big Diesel.
I was surprised by this because this is the first jersey retirement for Shaq, and not for Shaq, for Orlando Magic. Excuse me, for Orlando Magic. I was like, that can't be right. Like they gotta have Penny by now, right?
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Shaq was there before Penny. So like,
I feel
Shaq,
like honored because Penny was supposed to. Penny was. I'm not. I mean, it's no disrespect. It was Penny and Shaq, or Shaq and Penny went before with Shaq and Kobe.
right?
You know? So
back-to-back #1 picks, though. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
So yeah, back-to-back #1 picks. So Penny's definitely his name gonna get up there in the rafters, because man, I forgot when that franchise started. I think it was like what 89, maybe 86,
around there.
One of the two. Until Shaq got drafted, it was like the late 80s going into like the early 90s, and then Shaq got drafted.
Shaq played 4 seasons there before he left for the Lakers. So I got the stats right here. 4 seasons Orlando, averaged 27, 12.5 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 295 games, and was part of the NBA's top 50 back then for the Orlando Magics. And
that was only Shaq 4 years into the league, by the way.
He was already the man. He was the man. Then obviously let's go to LA. 30, 3 championships, 3 MVPs, and 3 finals MVPs and 1 MVP. But obviously, so we was talking too off mic before we got started, is that obviously down the road, Dwight Howard will have to be next, right? If it's not Penny, it's Dwight. It's like they both brought them to the finals.
And if it's not Dwight, I don't know who they go with. Vucevic?
I'm gonna say JJ Redick.
JJ Redick? I like JJ, but I think he better off as a Clipper.
I'm about to say, like, does he have he did play for Orlando Magic during the Dwight days, but like,
you don't got a case to be like that.
Is it jersey retirement worthy? Like what garners a jersey retirement? Because Shaq got 3 franchises. Obviously, the Lakers and the Heat makes sense because he won a championship with them. Because when you think about it, LeBron's gonna have 4 jersey retirements?
Yeah, he's gonna have Cleveland, LA. Damn, Cleveland, LA, Miami.
Oh, so we had 3. There's no 4.
Cleveland, LA, and Miami. Yeah, Cleveland, LA. Unless he decides you're
going to go somewhere else and wins another championship, then is that another jersey retirement? Like, jeez. LeBron might have 3 statues.
Shit, I don't know, bro. I don't know, because that could really happen, though. Because it's like, think about it. If he go to a team, I highly doubt it. Because the way he's playing right now, he's probably not gonna do it with his son.
The door's kicking. Well, he looks great, but we all know it's like the days of being the main guy on the team might be over.
Consistently, let's say
consistently being the main guy, being the number 1 option, even though he is right now, because AD is still, Well, AD's playing great. Let me disrespect AD.
Yeah, it's probably the best I've seen him play in like the last 2 years since he got.
It's everybody else around them. It's basically like 2-on-5 on the Lakers. It's
sad. I'll put Austin Reeves in there at 3, but sometimes he do be having his nights. But
I mean, they got nothing but slashers. They have no shooters. I don't know who designed the team, and plus they always, because Darvin Ham switches up the lineup every week like it's the new lunch special.
Nah, he do. You know how many different lineups I've seen start that? He did that last year too. But do you know how many different lineups I've seen like going throughout the playoffs? Like, especially with this one, I know it was really a problem when he kept switching D'Lo and no, I'm sorry, not D'Lo. Rui Hachimura kept putting him in and out the lineup when I know damn well he should be starting, but they didn't put him there. You should put AD at the 5, and we're not gonna get into it anyway. Another thing that happened.
It's a mess. It's a mess with the Lakers.
What else? Draymond's 15-game suspension when he had
pimp slap Nurkic. When he pimp slap uses Nurkic.
Look, we didn't even get to the part where he choked out.
That was funny. That was funny.
Crazy.
That was
crazy.
No, it was just funny. That wasn't crazy. That was funny.
How everybody made it laugh, like I made it seem not laugh, made it seem. I mean, they was laughing at him because he had no provision to just go out there and just he really yoked him up.
See, this is the defense.
I get it.
This is defense. Rudy did play first. Grab your teammate, bro.
All right, I get it.
But that's like an unwritten rule. Grab your teammate, bro.
You're right, but he grabbed the other teammate and just yoked him up.
Could you grab
a little worse than yoked him up.
Could you grab my teammate? Don't touch my teammate. Let me handle him. You handle your teammate. It's not rocket science.
You know what kills me about that moment? Like, obviously, there is guys in the league like
that cat didn't do nothing about it.
Exactly. He didn't do shit. Cat ain't do shit. He just looked at him and just like started yelling with him. Hey.
Well, you know why Cat didn't do nothing? Because Cat got PTSD from getting choked out too.
But that was by Embiid. I think I get.
Oh no, that was by
from
Ben
Embiid.
Simmons.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was by
Ben Simmons had him tapped out.
I ain't gonna lie, but Ben is tall as hell. That Ben like damn near 6'10". That's
Ben had his like. You thought the Draymond choke was bad, y'all better go Google the Ben Simmons and Cat choke out.
Yeah, I remember he tried to stand up when he was on the ground. He couldn't.
He was like. So wait, you follow Jeff T podcast?
Yeah, I love them. Shout out to the 520 podcast, man.
Yeah, Jeff T podcast probably like the funniest podcast out in the sports podcast department. But Jeff T talked about that day, and I remember watching the clip of it, and he was like, when Cat got choked out, he went back on the bus, and he looked at me and said, "I ain't no bitch."
Yeah, he's like, bitch, bro.
Hey, wait, Jeff T really me, bro. Jeff T responded with, "Yeah, Cat, yeah." You know when your boy get beat up and you just can't say that, you just got like, yeah, I believe you, Cat. I believe you.
Yo, he's such an asshole. Oh my gosh. But that's like in the moment, like you just didn't expect that to really happen to him that bad. But and to revert back to it, that Nurkic got clocked.
That was a pen slap. Because there was no like that's the one no one could defend. Like, all right, bro, like what did you do?
He cocked back and turned it spinning.
Yo, I saw somebody say on Twitter that that's how black people act when they see a flying insect come near them.
Nah, because I really look. It's funny because my friend said that about me one time. Because I don't grab items to try to like kill bugs. I just start throwing things.
You see the bee, you just put your fist up. You see the bee like you ready to box.
Like like for real. Like today when I was at work too, I seen a fly come past me. I was talking to the middle customer. I'm just.
Like, get off.
Sorry, it was a little thing that just flying in the air.
Like, just get off of me. But nah, that was crazy. Obviously, he did his suspension. He had a 12-game suspension for that
15,
pimp slap. 15 game suspension for the pimp slap on Nurkic. They did him do anger management counseling. He had a talk with. We didn't have that on agenda, but I want to get your thoughts on on Draymond saying that he wanted to retire.
Well,
because it became too much.
It became too much.
Yeah, and he wanted to retire.
Didn't he just get a $120-something million contract extension?
I mean,
he want to retire?
He could. It could be that he could. Like, he probably wouldn't, but I think you look at Draymond's aspect. Think about this. Draymond's no spring chicken. How old is Draymond? What, 34, 35? Well, Draymond, you can see the gray on the beard, so it's like he's getting old. So
yeah,
Draymond at a point like he won what? You're a 4-time champion. You're a future Hall of Famer. You got to deal with Turner Sports being the possible replacement for Charles Barkley whenever Charles Barkley decides to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably gonna hear Draymond talk about basketball even more on TNT, and he got a successful podcast.
Yeah. I feel like it's just mainly because it's like he got his retirement set up for him already. So like he could just literally if I was in this position, I would probably feel the same way, because of like all the things I have set up for me outside of just playing the main thing that got me to where I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I see where he's coming from, but at the same time, for how I look at it, you just got this deal.
Yeah.
You just got this deal.
Hey, bro,
for you to be contemplating retirement is like, I see where you're coming from, but I don't thoroughly agree with that.
Hey, bro, I can't hit people. I can't stomp on people. I can't push them. I can't put them in the chokehold.
Now he had a target. I don't want to play basketball. Now they know that the eyes is on him no matter what he do.
Yeah, he's got to change how he plays. Like, that is the biggest thing. It'll be curious to see.
Like he said in the press conference, I think it's his antics, literally. Because I think he plays fine.
It's he does too much. Like, you don't need to stomp on Sabonis' chest. You don't need putting Rudy in a chokehold was a bit excessive, but you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it.
Stomping on Sabonis' chest was excessive. Like you gonna stomp on another man's chest, like full blown momentum. I fall to the floor. Boom.
You didn't see all the YouTube and TikTok videos of Draymond just beating up people in basketball games?
I sent it to my homie. Homie.
It's like, I think like, yo, dog, this is there's no need for this. There's no need for this. So it's gonna be curious how they do as the season progresses. Obviously, my opinions on the Warriors. I think they're cooked. We'll see if they'll make the playoffs. I don't know. Obviously, I think this may be Klay Thompson's last season with the team because he didn't resign and his numbers have not been looking good. It's a shame because Klay's a great player, but I think the injuries have taken a toll on his body. I'm not saying he's going to retire. I think just it's time for him to walk away from the Warriors. I think he needs to go somewhere else and see what else he can do. Steph, we'll see. I mean, free agency is still on its way. Paul George will be a free agent. He is from the Cali area. Maybe they can make a play for Paul George. But obviously, let's segue into another Clipper that re-signed, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
3-year deal. How much was it again, Shomer?
$153 million. That's an extension, ladies and gentlemen. It's $153 million extension.
I would say this, especially with the extension, I was very shocked because I was not sure if the Clippers were going to re-sign Kawhi Leonard because of his injuries, because of his injury history.
Right.
I thought they was going to go more so Paul George because he's been less injured, more so than Kawhi. And now that they have re-signed, I'm like, okay, they believe in Kawhi. Ty Lue's still going to be there. Now the question is, can you still get James Harden and Paul George? Because right now they're cooking. They're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're looking like one of the best offensive teams in the league. They beat up on Shea and them yesterday, which we're going to talk about. Paul George had 40, I think. Shot terribly in the first half, went crazy in the second half. I think 11 for 13 or something like that. And he was just frying them up. So if they re-sign Paul George, Clippers could be dangerous. And plus they got the new stadium on the way.
Oh yeah, that Intuit arena.
Yeah,
Lord have mercy. Yo, they showed a little thing of inside what it looks like. They already showed what the
building looks like.
Jumbotron. Now they showed what the Jumbotron looks like, which is pretty beautiful. But now they showed the inside of what it with the Jumbotron. So if you're up all the way up in the bleachers, that Jumbotron right there is gonna make you feel like you damn near on the floor. And that's why that's why I love about that. Cause because he catered to the people that, because shit is expensive in LA. Shit is expensive. Now I can only imagine what game tickets are going to be like LA, especially for a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that right there is I like that aspect of it. But when they play in there next year, the Clippers. I mean, hey, if they win this year, imagine opening night going into the next season and then having the because ring ceremony into the new arena.
Well, they already announced the NBA's already promoting the new arena. They've already announced that All-Star, I think 2026 will be there. So
2026 they will be in LA,
which is I think they need a big city immediately. I know All-Star's on his way coming to Indiana, but I don't care honestly.
Yeah, but they knew that though when they had the one in Chicago back in 2020. They said the next 3 years was the next location after that was gonna be bad.
So what's next year's location? Because you had Utah this past year. What's next year?
I'm about to tell you right now. Shit, it probably could be Orlando for all we know.
Well, Orlando's not that bad because it's popping Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. That's what I'm saying. Orlando or they're supposed to. They're going back to a city that they went to already. All-Star NBA 2025. Oh, it's gonna be in the Bay.
Bay Area? Yeah. Oh yeah, we good. Yeah, they good. Yeah,
they're gonna be in the Bay.
They're gonna be driving to LA and all that. They'll be all right.
Yeah, you know what? And that's
Oakland, Oakland right over there. They'd be good.
Yeah,
I thought it was like somewhere like Minnesota or some shit.
I thought it was New Orleans again. That's why I was gonna say. I'm like, because I remember they did that in the last decade. They had 2 New Orleans
shows. I remember that.
All-Stars. I'm like, are you how y'all gonna go back to New Orleans twice in the same decade?
I think
y'all haven't even been back to Madison Square Garden. Actually, next year will make 10 years since the last time they've been back to MSG.
Well, they've been trying to promote the small market. So,
man,
like some small market, but some small markets have nice cities. They just got teams that nobody care about. Like the Pelicans, not that they would care about them because Zion looks good, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and all of them, but.
I mean, when they had it in Atlanta, that was pretty cool.
Atlanta, but that's Atlanta. It's the It's the capital city of Black America. Sure. Like it's Atlanta. Like you're gonna find things to do in Atlanta, especially the players. They'll be all right. Like
Utah, Utah is
Utah is what? No one cared.
I mean, Charlotte was pretty dope.
I don't really remember the Charlotte one.
That's when Giannis did that crazy dunk. It's when they were. Oh, that's the time when they wore the black and white jerseys.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
remember
so
now.
that was like 28. The J. Cole dunk there. It was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, Jake. Oh, J. Cole. Well, Jake. That's only remember because of J. Cole performance, his halftime show performance. So
Yeah,
there's
that was Charlotte. That was Charlotte.
But it's like I think you need a big city. Like All Star needs a big city. That way you get all the advertisement, you get all the famous people, you get all the rappers, the art,
Shoot, they
the
need to go to
singers,
Miami.
all of them.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Miami.
I haven't even seen them really go to Miami. And you know what's crazy? Speaking of, we're gonna do a quick little segue. Speaking of Miami, Miami is now gonna get another first ever in Florida. Since we're talking about 2 firsts in Florida, we got Shaq's jersey in Florida that's gonna be retired. Coming next year.
Yeah, but like next year. Like I think this season.
Yeah, this season.
I think it's this season.
Okay, so Shaq will be retired. His jersey will be in the Orlando Magic rafters this season, which also about the Magic, they changed their arena name from Amway Center to now the Kia Center.
Really?
So now it's now going to be called the Kia Center. Or instead of Amway Arena or Amway, it was Amway before. So
interesting. But
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, another player in Florida who will be getting their first ever Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
first ever statue. He'll be getting his third statue.
Mm-hmm. As long as they don't make it look like Dirk's statue, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
I'll never forget when the boy leaning like.
I'm trying to figure out like what's a famous move that D Wade will get like statue? Like, would it be his Would it be his like Euro? Wait, what's a famous move D Wade got that could look good on a statue?
I don't know how they're gonna do it in the statue, but it has to be like one cool pose he did every time he went up on the thing saying "This is my city." When the game winners that he did,
actually would be fire as a statue.
That would be fire.
That would be fire. So yeah,
that's how I would want it to be. I would want him to like for the one, or you know what? Don't remember it's the same that same game the first time when he did it, but that pose he had hit because remember it was a running 3 he had.
Yeah.
Hit. So if they get the pose of that, I think that would be pretty dope. Okay. Probably any dunk that he did, maybe the Harrison Varejao like
dunk. That was vicious. That was
jeez, to this day I'm getting chills just even thinking about it. Like honestly,
that was vicious. But nah, like I was thinking like maybe one of his Euros, his step back shots. Like I was trying to think like one of them, but nah, the "This is my city" pose was that's the best look for a statue. All right.
I think it'll be better as video though, but you know.
Now, maybe if you got the fingers pointed down, you got his face looking good on the statue, and you know got the jersey and shit. Yeah, you can pull that off. But let's move on to some games.
Yes, sir. We had a 3-game slate yesterday.
Which one to start off first? You want to start with the battle of the big men?
Yeah, let's talk about the battle of the big men. So that we had the Nuggets coming to town. They went to go face off the 7 against the 76ers. Okay, they came out in this win, right? So that's the difference from last year to this year. The Sixers came out with a win, right? And a 126 to 121 battle. Joel Embiid, a 40-piece. But hey, that's not the only thing. Remember, this is the battle of the bigs. You know what I'm saying? So we had Jokic dropping a 25 and 19 game. 25 points, 19 boards. Bro, we haven't. Embiid, 10 assists. So he had a double-double as well. But he almost had 50 and 10. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But then 25 and almost damn near 20 is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That right there is
he was also 3 for 6 on the 3-point line too. So he shot 50%.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's you got to. That with Embiid, as many that he takes, like for a big man. I don't think Jokic even takes that many. Because Jokic, he was 0 for 2 yesterday.
Yeah, he's not going to shoot that many threes unless he's wide open. Embiid's more of the shooter between the two. But at the end of the game, obviously, Embiid went over to talk to Joker, and I think in his post game press conference, he told Joker the best player in the league. What are your thoughts on that, Shomer? Is Joel Embiid capping, or is he speaking truth that Joker is the best player in the league?
I think he might be speaking truth because sometimes, when you're great, you also recognize greatness as well.
Yeah.
So I think Embiid and Jokic, they both knew. They try to acknowledge, NBA players try to not acknowledge this stuff, but they know they listen to some of the noise that be going around. They knew that they were the top most talked about candidates for MVP. They didn't even mention Giannis like that. We already know because Giannis, he got
You're talking about last year as well, too, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about like
Okay.
the whole battle through it, because remember they trying to put Embiid in like in MVP potential for like the longest. It just didn't become more real until he started getting more of like a formidable team around him, or what he was doing without Ben Simmons, or what he was doing by himself. You know what I'm saying? So like after, and I think he heard the noise after he won last year and he finally accomplished it. And then he saw what Jokic was still doing. Because remember, they both made the playoffs. They
Yeah.
both made the playoffs. But and Jokic, obviously, we know what happened to him. But then Embiid got out, but he won MVP. You know what I'm saying? Same thing that happened to Jokic. When he won MVP, he got out too, but he didn't have all of his help together. Embiid had all of his help together and still didn't get it done. So maybe he might have recognized it, like, damn, you know what? This man is great. This man is actually great for what he does. And I'm damn near his size. So yeah, I respect what he does. So I think it's true. I think he meant what he said.
I believe he meant what he said, but I'm also going to still pick from my person. I'm still going to go with Embiid. I've always preferred Embiid over Joker. It's not that Joker's bad. I think Embiid play style, I just love watching him play with the ability to shoot the three, with his jumping, with his mid-range game. And then you look at his post up. He's unstoppable. He's dominant. In the month of December, he averaged 40. To me, he is the leading go-getter for the MVP. Everybody else is not even close. Like it's like he's up here and the rest are like down here. And that's no insult to Giannis, Luka, Shea, or Joker. It's just that Embiid is having almost a record-breaking season that we haven't seen probably since Wilt Chamberlain. So
average 40 in December.
Yeah, like dog, it's like, woof. And it was 30 in November. Like I think it was 34, 35 in November. Like it's like he's unstoppable right now. This is because I was actually talking to my man about this too. My boy Mo, shout out my man Mo. Is that
shout out Mo?
This feels like the more Mo always tell me like last year was the sympathy MVP for Joel Embiid. That he was a sympathy MVP because everybody believed it was going to be Joker, but Kendrick Perkins cried racism on First Take on the
that
award.
was the stupidest take I've ever seen. But go ahead.
But eventually they gave. That's why they ended up giving it to Embiid. I my imaginary vote, I did give it to Embiid as well. But looking back, my imaginary vote, I give it to Embiid. But looking back, you probably could tell, like, all right, you could probably say that it probably was Joker because Joker ended up having a monstrous playoff run and just dominated, and Embiid got out in the second round, dropping 2 games to Boston. This year, however, this looks like this is the real MVP, bro. This is like that. There's no debate. I'm putting the end to the talk of the sympathy MVP by having this discussion. So he's probably on his way and most likely will be back-to-back MVP candidate. And again, there's a lot of people up there, but I don't think they catch an MVP unless, God forbid, they go on a monster or something like Shea, Luka, Joker, or Giannis. I just don't think right now, but they're not catching Embiid unless they go on a monster run, or if Embiid slowly starts to dip. But I'm gonna add a but to this. If Joel Embiid does win his second MVP, making him the first Sixer to go back-to-back in MVP awards, now you got a task. Your next task is, all right, bro, come playoff time. You gotta win. You gotta get to the,
or at least get to the conference finals.
He's the first MVP to never make the conference finals, so that's not a stat that you can have on you. And trust me, Philadelphia, we know Sixers fans.
I don't appreciate that stat. I feel like they nitpicking with that because back in 2007, no, I just feel like they nitpicking with that because even back in 2007, when Dirk won the damn MVP, he didn't even make it out the first round. So they can't put that on Embiid though.
But he made it to the conference finals eventually. Actually, wait, you talking about 2007? When did the Heat win?
When they lost to the We Believe.
Wait, but when Dirk
won in 2007. He was named MVP after the first round, but that's after he got eliminated.
But when did the Heat? But the Heat played Dirk and them in the finals with Dwayne Wade and Shaq.
That was the year prior. Oh yeah, you're right. You do got.
So you see, he made it. He already had made. He just got the MVP, but he already had made a conference final. Joel Embiid is an MVP winner, but as a player in an MVP, he's never made the conference finals. He has always been second round exit. So hopefully this year, and this could be the year that he can make it to the conference finals. We'll see how things go in terms of the playoffs. Because right now, I would say I think they're better than Milwaukee. Milwaukee has a lot of question marks.
Milwaukee just need to remember his first year coach. I can't even say that because look at the Sixers.
Nick Nurse is.
But then again,
fire.
Adrian is a first time head coach. So
that's true.
He's a first time head coach. So I can't even
they got the Milwaukee has a lot to figure out. Dame has been looking a little bit better, but still, it's like he's not what we expected. The pick and pop, the pick and roll, is not what we thought was going to be.
Because I don't think they got everybody that they truly want on that team for them to be the team that they're supposed to be.
Who they missing?
You know what I'm saying?
Who they need?
They need
well, they lost Drew Holiday, so you want to talk about defending? Obviously, that's a big loss in Drew Holiday.
I feel like they could need I can't even say because they got that in Chris Middleton too, but I feel like, you know what? I think it's just time because their team is very good. Team is very good. They just need more time with each other and more time to play. Maybe a better scheme to go play around, but that's probably all they need. Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, do they really need anybody else? But I'm like, nah, they don't really need anybody else. I think they just need time to play because you see them play and they're a good team. They can win. They just probably making mistakes here and there, and maybe they don't have the energy or the immediate incentive to want to try to go out and try to dominate this game because they are the team to do that, but they don't come out with that energy. So I can see why that's lacking. But I think it's just time that they just need with each other in order to figure it out. So
I can see
that. A lot of first time things on that team. Like I said, first year head coach, first year
with Dame. So let's also talk about, let's move on to another team in the East, the Boston Celtics. Actually, no, well, even though I do think they're the best team, I don't know what to talk about them. Let's move on to actually the meat of the day. Pause.
I would have.
I said pause because of that. Let's talk about Indiana. They're getting spicy. They got Pascal Siakam, Spicy P.
Spicy P.
And a blockbuster trade that broke, I would say, what was it, 2 o'clock when you texted me that the news came out?
Because I seen it all over my damn timeline when I was at work. I was about to go cut some wire at work. And then next thing you know, I'm looking at my phone just as person do it. They said the Toronto Raptors are finalizing a deal. Now, mind you, right, the reason why it shocked me so much because I heard Kenny Beecham. Shout out to Kenny Beecham and the Kenny Beecham Pod and their new podcast called Number on the Board. I like that podcast.
Shout out Kenny.
Shout out Kenny and the rest of the crew on there. Mike D Mills and shit.
You don't even know their name.
No, I do. It's Mike. It's Kenny, Mike, D Mills, and damn, Pierre. See, come on, I know that's like P my guy. He shouted me out one time on an episode, so I was like,
dope.
Yeah, I it's because I kept spamming. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I'm gonna work with y'all in the future. I'm gonna work with y'all in the future. That's.
I don't even know how to judge you now. I really don't know how to judge you, but we're gonna keep it pushing. But Indiana gets Pascal Siakam. They gave up 2 first rounders, 2024, 2026. Spicy P, Pascal Siakam come to Indiana with Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton. That team offensively is already about to get even more better. They already lead the league in offense, averaging like 118 points a game. But defensively is where they struggle. They are ranked 26. Now, question for you, SHOM. Does Spicy P, aka Pascal Siakam, help them defensively?
Yeah, maybe not to the extent that they're gonna probably be like maybe a top 10 deep. No, not to that extent. To be honest, I really don't watch Indiana like that. So I can tell you that they have, for the games that I did watch, they have decent perimeter defenders. Decent, not even like really good, just decent. Because think about it, like I understand like the scores of in the NBA is going up around a lot, but like there should be no way that you should be the highest freaking team scoring that much and then also allowing points at the same time too.
Well, no, it's not. It's not a shot. Do you not remember the D'Antoni offense? The D'Antoni offense.
This is Rick Carlisle. Like, come on, man.
That's true because Rick Carlisle is a defensive guy.
Like, dude, like, come on now. Like, that's the only thing that just bothered me. So I guess now that he's starting to get the defensive players that he did, because remember, he just inherited that team. He didn't really have the players that he wanted to even play on that team. So now that he got the players that he's starting to like maybe mold into like the Carlisle system, Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, that's where I feel like their defense really relies. Bruce Brown was there, but then they traded it. Defensively, I feel like Tyrese probably could take that step if he starts to work on his defensive game a little bit more, but he's so offensively good, he's not even thinking about defense. Benedict Mathurin could tweak a little bit of things. Obi Toppin is already a decent defender when he wants to be.
He's a good defender with a nice
great rim
three-pointer.
protector, a great rim protector as well too.
Yeah, especially better on the fast break.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Aaron Nesmith, dope. He's a great defender as well. So I feel like they're just like the Milwaukee. They just need time to be more formidable with their defense. But I feel like this moves the needle just a tiny bit, but not to the extent to where they would I feel like they're now this top 10 defensive team in the league. Nah, I don't think so.
Does it move the needle enough to beat teams like Boston and Philly? Because right now I think those are my top two.
They need time and chemistry. And chemistry. Because I could say easily, but if I look at it on paper, I would say Boston beats them every time.
All right, so I want to move on to a little bit something else because Indiana was a candidate to get Pascal Siakam, but there was also another team that was probably rumored to get him. Now with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now the Sixers missed out on getting Pascal Siakam because they got Pascal Siakam is going to be on an expiring contract. Well, he is on an expiring contract. He'll be a free agent in July. He's making about nearly $38 million. But the Sixers also got a dude who's on an expiring contract, and I believe that is Tobias Harris.
Right.
So, is it did you want to swap Tobias Harris for Pascal Siakam? But you was like, all right, we'll keep Tobias for the season and see what we can get.
Match, they probably could have done it.
If
the salaries match, they probably could have done it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Is this a miss on the Sixers? I mean, you could have paired up Pascal Siakam with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. Get a nice playmaker, another playmaker, 3-point shooter.
You know what defender. It also is too? They probably didn't want to trade with anybody else in their division. They already traded with us, and us being the Knicks, right? Let's also be able to we'll dive into that trade in a little bit. But there's a thing that most they're trying to keep into account. You don't want to keep trading with teams in your division. Yes, we know if you're on the road to rebuild, all right, cool. But you don't want to give incentive to the competition. So I feel like they would have gave more incentive to the competition, especially they would have known how to play this.
They were having a fire, but Toronto was having a fire sale.
Yeah, but even if I'm having a fire sale, I don't want to give it away to the. Okay, I'm having a fire sale, right? I have the store right here, and then I got my competitor that sells.
But I had to compete with Indiana at some point. They're in the East, so I think what you're saying would have made more sense. They traded him in the West, but you traded OG to the Knicks, and now you traded Pascal to the Pacers. There's still teams that you're going to face in the Eastern Conference, even as you start your rebuilding process with Bruce Brown, RJ Barrett, and quickly.
Okay, let me put it to football terms for you, right? Tom Brady.
Okay.
Would you oh no, you're not even a Patriots fan, so it really makes sense. Who's in the Colts division right now? It's the Colts,
Jacksonville, Houston, and Tennessee.
Right? Damn. Only if your team was good, this would make more sense. But
they could have been in the playoffs if Gardner Minshew made a fucking throw.
Hey, look. Oh, prime example. You got Trent Richardson. I forgot. Boy got injured, right? Look for him next year. People forgot about him because he got injured early. But Trent Richardson, that's his name, right? Trent Richardson.
No, you're talking about Anthony Richardson. I'm like
Anthony Richardson. Trent Richardson
is the running back that sucked. That we traded for and sucked.
All right, chill. Because Trent did have a mean drop off as soon as he touched the Colts uniform. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he had a mean drop off when he got onto the field. He was dope in Alabama, and then he went to Cleveland. They got rid of him. And we got rid of him. Not get the fuck out of here.
Yo. All right, bet. Now I got the example. Andrew Luck. Would you, if you knew Andrew Luck, right? You wanted to get rid of Andrew Luck. Let's say you're about to get the first pick in the draft, right?
Okay.
You about to trade Andrew Luck to anybody else in your division?
No. Actually,
all right then.
All right, it makes because the Peyton Manning was the best example. We traded him we got rid of him to the Broncos. I don't know if we traded him or we didn't.
I know you released him and then they signed him.
Okay, but that makes sense.
And I feel like at Philly at that point, right, reverting back to basketball, right now at Philly at that point, if they already traded the OG to the Knicks, that's already that's their division rival.
Okay.
If you go to Philly and do that as well, that's even worse on Toronto because now you just gave your whole competition away to your rivals. That's your best assets to your rivals.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would say. Now he traded it to Toronto. I mean to Indiana. All right, cool. maybe that was probably the best offer. Maybe, but then again, we don't know what the offer was.
We don't know what the offer was from
maybe Philly had a good package to send to for Toronto, right? They probably could have.
Maybe they didn't want Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
I could keep that, man.
They probably didn't want no more expiring contracts. They got Brucey B on the 2-year now because like he already paid.
RJ, I think is like on has another 1 or 2 years left, and quickly has a couple of years left on his contract. So
I don't even remember what we signed RJ to. I don't know if it was a 3 or 4 year deal.
I don't remember either.
I remember.
I knew the time was coming up for RJ. I was like, yo, dog, the time is coming. He hasn't developed into what we thought he was, and plus, it's just at the end of the day, I think Brunson is the better guard that we need. Like
that means shit. You saw it from day one.
Yeah, so we got Brunson, OG's been playing phenomenal for the Knicks. He's a great defender, a great rebounder. He's a good, excellent shooter.
I remember watching when he played the Blazers. He had 16 points in the first quarter. That's all I needed to know.
Exactly. Randall's been playing okay. Randall's been playing good too. But the Knicks, I don't know if the Knicks are going to make another trade this season. Well, before the deadline.
I don't know.
Because the rumors are still that they're still trying to go make a play for Karl Anthony Towns, and it's like.
And you already know how I felt about that last time. That was.
I don't know if they can make it because the Cat's winning with the Timberwolves. So did our Timberwolves going to be like, all right, yeah, we'll trade Cat. You give us whatever your draft pick, because that's all they really got left is draft picks and maybe a couple players. But is it like you're not going to the Timberwolves are not going to do that because they're winning. They're like number 1 in the West. Like,
and then what is Julius on? Didn't we I don't even know how many years he got left on his contract, because I know that's what they're going to trade. They're not trading. If they trade Julius, that'd be insane, especially if he makes All-Star this year.
Unless he might make your All-Star reserve, but
I think he should. But for the fans that don't know about the Knicks trade, right? The OG know that Anunoby got traded from the Raptors to the Knicks. The Knicks get OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn. And then the Raptors, they got RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, and a 2024 for second-round pick, right? But that's via Detroit. So that depends on where that ball lands for Detroit, right? But most likely it'll land in a decent place to where it'll probably end up going to the Raptors. And another trade that also happened as well. On January 14th, the Pistons landed Danilo Gallinari, right? They got Danilo Gallinari for Marvin Bagley, right? So the Pistons trade Marvin Bagley and Isaiah Livers for Mike Muscala and Danilo Gallinari. The Wizards get back Marvin Bagley III and Isaiah Livers, and a 2025 second-round pick and a 2026 second-round pick. This one doesn't really bring a lot of noise, but I do have one thing I can say about this trade. Mm-hmm. At least they got rid of the big man tandem. Like, they're trying to narrow it down there in freaking in Detroit. Because remember, you got Jalen Duren, who's actually, they're saying he's the best one, which I kind of believe he is the best.
I think he is.
Then you had what's his name? James Wiseman, who was the number 2 pick in the draft.
Yes.
In 2020. And still waiting to see. You see, because the top 3, you see how LaMelo and Ant is doing. I mean, cool, granted, LaMelo been injured, but
granted, Ant was obviously Ant's got Ant's Ant. So like Ant's also in a better position too.
Exactly. And then now you have then it was Marvin Bagley. So now and then you got what's his name? Isaiah Stewart, that he's a tweener a little bit. He plays like the 4 and then the other 5s. He has the ability to play the 5, but he doesn't have the size to play the 5.
No, he's definitely a 4.
Yeah, he's definitely a 4, but he be getting them boards out there and be doing all them things like he is a 5. So I give him his props. He like PG Tucker out there defensively, but and that's saying something. At least you're doing something out there, my boy.
That was funny. We might as well, since we're talking about trades, might go into the trade rumors. Obviously, there are a couple players left out there.
My boy Zach been in trade rumors for the longest, man.
Zach,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, since Toronto did their fire sale with OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam, what are the chances that Chicago does their fire sale? They got Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, like you mentioned. Lonzo, this whole is unfortunate because this whole team was supposed to win together, but Lonzo got hurt with his knee injuries, and we don't know the status of his return. It ain't gonna be this season. We're praying it could be next season at this point. So you got a DeMar DeRozan who's old, but can still give you a couple buckets. You got Zach LaVine who can score, but is a defensive liability.
I'm not even gonna say DeMar is like entirely old because I'll be watching the Bulls sometimes and they still be hooping with him. So like, I think he'll just be a good asset, like on a team that doesn't need him to be.
But where?
Lakers.
It again, like yo,
Bro, he should have went there the first time. Like
true, but
the Lakers effed up and they should have just signed him the first time. I don't know why the hell they didn't sign a dude from LA.
I don't.
Three years, 70 million.
Hang on. Agreed that he should have went to the Lakers originally. The Lakers, I don't think DeMar DeRozan fixed their issues. Honestly, I think the Lakers' issues that they don't got enough shooters. They have no shooters on that team, bro.
Well, who else you gonna get? There's not that many shooters right there that's out on the market right now. Like I'm looking at the trade to see right there. Nobody getting no.
I mean, you got Devontae Murray, but he's a 38% shooter from the three.
They're not picking him up. They're not taking Spencer Dinwiddie. Well, actually, Spencer Dinwiddie might be a decent person for them.
I mean, Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
I mean,
look, Trae Young too. They're also looking at Trae Young.
Well, I don't know about that Trae one. That Trae Young one is interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with Trae Young in Atlanta.
They saying they need to trade him because, like, I don't know.
He might don't want to be in Atlanta no more, bro. Even though he do take him to the playoffs, but
he probably don't want to be there no more.
Yeah, but come on, bro. I would hate to be going far. Hate to have the same like 500 twice. I was in the same position twice. Think about it. Without DJ and with DJ.
Yeah.
That's got to be something on your mental. Like, yo, am I even good? Is this team even good? Are we even a good franchise? Do they care enough to put people around me to help win? Am I taking up too much of the incentive to want to help us get us to that place? He's the best player on the team, but I don't think everybody can cater to the way that Trae plays. I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't heard about John Collins since he got traded.
Yeah, Trae plays a very ball dominant style, so it's not for everybody. But I was going to also mention Kyle Kuzma. Now he did sign a new contract, and it's in his first year, but it's only worth $90 million. So
that can easily be moved. Somebody can move that. Yeah.
I mean, and plus you're on the Wizards doing nothing.
But that's the thing too. I think a lot of these teams are trying to take into account, like, damn, these are like, they probably might have to wait to free agency because these are some big behind contracts that I don't know if teams are willing to unload some of their depth to just get this like one guy.
If that's the plan to wait for free agency, then the Lakers season is over because they're playing in and out. They're playing in a first round exit if they survive the plan. They're out. The Lakers are not good, bro. They suck.
They're not. They do suck, and I haven't even paid attention to them like that. I actually used to enjoy watching the Lakers.
Like I'm watching the like LeBron James get guarded by 4 dudes because he can't pass to nobody.
No, you know what really hurts more when you see the role players miss some BS. Like D'Lo, he pissed me off sometimes because I know D'Lo a better player than that.
Yeah, D'Lo's better. I think Austin Reeves is much better. I have been very disappointed in Vanderbilt and Paynes and Rui Hachimura. I'm like, yo, dog.
Wait, talking about Campaign play for that team?
No, not Campaigns. What's the other boy I'm thinking of? Paxson's? Not Paxson's.
Max Christie?
Max Christie. I think that's where the fuck I got that
and
from.
He make me mad too, because dude was like, oh, when he was in the summer league, oh, this must be how Austin felt. You ain't doing what Austin did, though. Come on, man. Like,
they moved Austin Rivers to the bench. Not Austin Rivers, Austin Reeves. Where the hell am I messing up these names from, bro? Austin Reeves to the bench and it's helped out, but it's like, dog, like they don't have shooters. LeBron James is best and strongest when he drives to the basket and gets to the free throw line. He can't do that if I got 3 dudes on me and the other dude I pass to is going to brick the shot. And probably not even going to take his shot if I'm lucky. He might not even take the shot.
I don't know what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to get. See, that's the thing though. If they get a star, they're gonna have to get rid of their depth. But their depth not helping. So, like, I guess you're gonna have to redevelop new depth, or like what they did. They don't have to do exactly what they did last year, right? Get the actual assets that might actually fit together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you might actually have something formidable. But as of right now, it's probably not gonna. Like you said, their season might just be over. Just might be. Over.
I think honestly, it is over. Like they're like where am I looking at? Oh shoot, I got the stats right here.
They're ranked 10th in the West.
So that's play-in. They have Utah ahead of them, Phoenix, Sacramento, who's been playing maybe 23-17. I think the West is starting to get tougher now. So hopefully Sacramento can figure it out. I got big hopes for them. But I mean, Dog. We could be looking at Houston catching the Lakers.
I don't even want to look at the
then
standings right now because if I do, I'm probably might cry.
Like God knows what Golden State's going to do. Even though I feel like the dynasty's over, Golden State could probably go on a run and get past.
If Golden State makes the damn playoffs this year, that's probably I don't even know. That would be insane, in my opinion.
Yeah, like Golden State and Steph and them could go on a run. Crazy part, if Ja didn't get hurt, I think.
No, they was going to the playoffs. They was going to the playoffs.
I honestly believe they was going to make the playoffs.
No doubt.
I honestly believe they would make the playoffs.
Dude had a buzzer beating layup. Oh yeah, after the buzzer. Video coming out soon about that. I actually missed like three buzzer beaters. It was not Trey Young's. I'm sorry.
Damian Lillard.
Frick, we just said his name.
Ja.
There was another person too. Was it Paulo? No, Paulo didn't.
Wait. Was it Joker hit it?
Oh no, Jimmy Butler.
I
watched that game. I was screaming. I'm like, oh!
I'm pretty sure. I think it was another one. I don't. Someone from Denver hit a buzzer beater too because I turned the game.
Oh, Jokic. It was
Jokic.
The craziest. That's probably the craziest one this season.
Because I turned the game off thinking it was over, and then when I turned back to ESPN, they had won us. So I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But the Lakers are in deep trouble, like for real. Like this is 14-7 at home, 16-14 on the road, 4-6 in the last 10. LeBron is 38, 37. He can't do it all, bro.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be a mid team this year.
What are the chances LeBron leaves the Lakers?
I don't think he's gonna leave.
You think this is his final stop before he ends up playing this season with his son?
Yeah, just gonna wait for his son to get into the league. Whatever. Like you'll see. I think we'll see the writing on the wall a little bit more. I feel like the writing on the wall is also gonna come with AD as well too. Because
is he going to resign?
I think he wants to still play in Chicago.
He wants to go to Chicago?
I think he wants to play for his hometown.
Bro, I don't know. Chicago ain't looking good right now, bro.
They're not looking good, but I feel like he can.
Organization-wise, I don't think it's looking good.
Bro, you gotta remember, before Lonzo got hurt, they was the best.
They were
in the league. Like, yo, they were literally the best team in the league.
But think about it. Lonzo got hurt. One player got hurt, and now it's shifted the entire organization's plans. They might have to go through a rebuild soon if they don't do the fire sale.
That's Chicago.
Well, not if they do the fire sale, they're doing a rebuild. But I don't know if they keep that squad together with DeMar, Caruso, and Zach LaVine, one of them doesn't want to be out, wants to be out, and Zach LaVine, he doesn't want to be there. What do you do?
I mean, there's nothing that you can't. You got to get rid of LaVine somehow. I feel like you got to get rid of the people that you originally bought there. So you got to. I would say keep Kobe White there because Kobe White been there for the longest. Unless Kobe White doesn't want to be in Chicago no more.
Who's the head coach of Chicago? The homeboy from OKC.
Billy Donovan.
Yeah, he goes okay. I wasn't sure what Billy Donovan coached for OKC for a couple years.
Yeah, because what was the other dude name? His name was Scott something. Scott.
I don't know other one. I ain't gonna. I don't follow
Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Scott Brooks, but he didn't coach for Chicago. He coached for Washington when he had.
Quick sidebar, because we're gonna end our final segment soon. What are your thoughts on? I told you the video about Jerry Krause getting honored at the Chicago halftime ceremony. I think they were doing a Ring of Honor or something, and the crowd booed the mess out of it. And Jerry Krause, widow wife was there, and grandchildren. And if you saw the video, it was kind of uncomfortable to watch because you saw this old woman whose husband is getting honored, and they're booing the mess out of him.
That shit's kind of crazy.
It was a bad look on Chicago, but I want to say something. I think because I've heard from everybody, from the analysts to the players that talk about this, and I want to ask your opinion because I know you watched it. I feel like do you think like the last dance hurt the image of the Chicago Bulls?
Yes. Because
of how now we view Pimpin like, oh, like that, yo, dog, you was doing some wild stuff. You didn't want to go in the game because they wasn't giving you the ball until they decided to give it to Tony Kukoc. You didn't get surgery. You was playing with doing the whole contract thing, and now you got beef with Jordan because it makes you look bad. And then you got Jerry Krause, who who blew up a dynasty.
Yeah, he blew up a dynasty because he apparently wasn't getting the credit for the dynasty. So
That's why I said that. So that's what some of the people said that he fired Phil Jackson because he laughed at a joke about him. They get your ass out.
Yeah, it was all due to pettiness. All of this was petty, and that's why I'm like
pettiness and bullheadedness. And I feel like as a man, bullheadedness, yeah. But he was bullheaded. Like they think about the dynasties in the league. Magic and Bird always battled against each other. But Lakers and Boston. Eventually, they got pushed to the side because of Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons. They came up and had their back-to-back championship run. Mm-hmm. Who was next up? Who pushed Isaiah and them out to the side? Jordan and them. Yeah. Jordan retires the first time. Houston goes back-to-back. Jordan comes out of retirement. 3-peat. Chicago never really, like, as for the Chicago fans, they never felt like they lost. They felt like they should have won 10 in a row.
They could have, though. But I don't think the league is not going to let that happen. But
I mean, think about it, too. Like, that would have been like, look at the butterfly flow. Let's say Jordan and them stayed together. Tim Duncan won in 99. They wouldn't have won. So, and then.
Facts. Yeah, damn.
And let's go into the early 2000s if they still together. And this time, they really old at that point. But early 2000, Shaq and Kobe don't have their run.
They probably face Mike in them in the finals.
That actually, I take that back. That will probably be the loss. Shaq and Kobe would probably be the one to knock off Jordan and them.
And that'll be in 2000.
Yeah, that'll be the 2000s. And that will be, the final chapter of the Chicago Bulls. They never got their final chapter. Even though they had the last, they never got like they beat us. Every dynasty usually comes to an end thanks to another team. LeBron
they just ended it so perfectly.
LeBron and them lost to the Warriors so many times. So it was the Warriors dynasty. Then it became, now we looking like, the Warriors dynasty might be over. Now it's Joker, Joker.
I promise you right now, it's not gonna be no dynasty. It's gonna be a whole bunch of teams just winning championships.
I think that's why I'm having a brain fart. I think it's gonna be a whole bunch of teams winning chips.
I was convinced. I'm not gonna lie. But I gotta stop listening to Steve Kerr because every time I listen to Steve Kerr,
Milwaukee's another one that had their championship run. But I think we might see Boston get number 18.
I mean, it's possible.
We can see Philly get back there and win. Like
as long as Steve Kerr don't say about it.
I actually think you're right. I think this next era of basketball is probably going to be a bunch of teams winning. It's not going to be a clear cut run of a team on like LeBron's Heat.
Unless they get Wemby to start developing.
Unless Wemby turns into Tim Duncan. Unless Wemby turns into the next Tim Duncan and he got a team around him, then who knows? The Spurs was another one, but the Spurs dynasty was always weird for me.
That was a dynasty.
It's a dynasty, but it's like they never went back to back or nothing. That's why it was weird to me.
Like though. They just got injured hella time. So like
that's true.
2007, 2008, they were supposed to go back to back. They couldn't. I
want to make it clear. The Spurs dynasty is a dynasty audience. Like,
yes,
it was just always weird because most dynasties go back to back. Like they never went back to back not once. They got 5 championships in a single era, which is very much impressive. Like that's very like 199. What 04, 05?
Technically, the year that they lost, the Thunder went to the final. They were supposed to go to the finals. So they could.
Wait, you talking about the KD Thunder?
Yeah.
They were not beating LeBron and them.
No, they wasn't gonna beat. Nah, they wasn't gonna beat them. But like that year that they were supposed to go to the finals though, because they lost to the Grizzlies.
Oh, I know which one you talking about. But that's the one with Westbrook got hurt. They ain't Ron.
Yeah,
because Pat Bev took his knee out.
No. I think that was after. Was that?
I think that was the year.
No, they went to the finals. The Thunder went to the finals that year. I'm saying the Spurs didn't make it because.
Oh, you talking about the Spurs? Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused. I thought you was talking about the Thunder going back to the finals.
Oh no, they could have. But then, like you said, exactly what happened. Pat Bev
and then they ran into the Warriors dynasty.
Yeah, it was low-key the Clippers. It was supposed to be a dynasty too, but they couldn't even get past the freaking second round.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
They were supposed to be.
They were not. It was imagination.
Wait, let's do it together.
Imagination. It was never going to happen. It was not. And my boy's a Clipper fan. Like it was never going to happen.
How the hell is he a Clipper fan in Jersey?
I don't know. I don't judge. I don't judge, bro.
You know,
you're a Brave fan in Jersey.
At least we on the East Coast. That's the complete opposite side of the country.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, you think about it, no, it's wild because you're in the tri-state area. You got Philly, Delaware, and Jersey. And if you want to count New York, you got all the New York big teams. Like most people are either Philly fans or Mets fans or Yankee fans. You're a Brave fan.
Because fuck the Yankees.
Well, Dodgers too, because it's LA.
And fuck the Dodgers too. Like
you're wearing a Dodgers hat.
Look, I had the same conversation with Danny when I wore a damn Phillies hat. Okay, it is fire. I don't care. I like the fitteds for the patch. You see the patch right there? Hold on. You see that? That's a nice patch.
It is a nice patch.
I like patches. I have a patch right here, but that's besides the point, right? It don't matter. These hats right here, these fitteds, they fire. Matter. They just go.
You can't be a fan of one team and wear the opposition's like that's like me being I'm a Knicks fan. But I'm gonna put this Miami.
Just don't get it wrong. I did not pick up that Phillies hat for a minute. All right, I'm gonna just tell you that straight up. I didn't pick up that Phillies hat for a minute. I don't even. That's my least. That's the hat that I wear the least. Okay, I have every other. I wear the Sox hat. I wear the Rockies hat. I wear teams that suck. All right, I wear the Bruins hat. I wear the damn. I have a Mets hat too. You know what I'm saying? They suck. If we already kicked their butt. I have a Yankees hat. Yeah, I have a Diamondbacks hat. You know,
you got a lot of hats.
Yeah, you feel me? But at least they teams that I forgot about the Diamondbacks. Didn't they win like a couple years ago? Like 21.
They beat the Phillies.
That's what they lost to. I thought it was the Cardinals.
No, they beat the Phillies. I don't pay attention to baseball. I thought they beat the Phillies this past year, the Diamondbacks.
Oh, you talking about this past year? Oh, yeah.
This past year. I remember because everybody showed up to class miserable.
Yeah.
And I was laughing my ass. I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, trust me, it was so much like last year was even better because they actually all like two Philly sports went to the biggest championships, the Super Bowl and the World Series.
Sure.
That was the greatest time of my life.
Because, and this year was even better when the Eagles lost. Sure.
Yes. Oh my gosh, when the Eagles lost, I was so happy. I'm a Jets fan, but I was so happy, ladies and gentlemen, because you don't understand what me and Josh go through at school with all these Philly fans. Listen, the Philly fan market is real. Yeah, it's real. The sports market, it's real. These people are really die hard for their sports town.
I never pray for a downfall. I don't even pray for the downfall. I just pray for the downfall of the fans.
The fans, like the team, like yo, they got good
I'm a hater. I'm like, yes.
They got great players on all those teams. Like I really do love Joel Embiid. I really do like Jalen.
Hey yo, Boston, knock him out.
Like
knock him out.
They got people that be messed with, but just
because then they be raging out in the group chat. They be like, yo, fire this dude, fire this dude.
And that's another thing too. They be happy. They love them. They love them, but then they'll curse them the shit out of them. You heard what Gilly said about Quez Watkins?
You ain't shit.
You ain't shit. Like I did another person to you, but you ain't shit.
Bradbury, I asked you if you was ready. You looked me in the eye and you said yes. You were a liar. You was ready for Cancun.
He was like, you ready to go on a fucking vacation?
That was Gilly's Eagles post-game reaction is like the best. But moving on, because we over an hour now, so let's wrap it up. Let's talk about the All-Star Indiana 2024. Shout out to the Indiana airport.
Yo, that thing is so dope. I'm about to pull it up so the people can see.
They got the airport. They got the basketball court in the airport. Excuse me. They got the basketball court in the airport. You know, everybody. I'm gonna say this joke. Screw it. Because I told you it too. But yo, TSA about to have a field day. They're gonna be like, open. Somebody gonna be like, yo, open shooter.
I tell you, people gonna be missing their flights too. They're gonna be like, damn, man.
No,
like,
it's gonna be at least a report. At least 4 people have missed flights because they was playing pickup. Because when the pickup game go real, bro, it get real. And then what happens when you tear your ACL, bust your ankle? Well, the airport got air wheelchairs, so they can just wheel you to the
like,
wheel.
So you're not gonna let me on the flight? Like,
nah, they're gonna let them on the flight, but once they land, it's like it's in God's hands. It's in your own hands after that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the court looks like from many different. I'm gonna show you various different angles, and shout out to the people that did this. This is from the Indianapolis Business Journal. They took this picture. That's actually pretty dope. So when you go into when you're walking through it, you just literally see like a legit court right there. And I think they were probably the first team that's hosting an All-Star game to do this. Like, this is really nice.
That is like, it's like that's probably what the court is going to look like at the All-Star anyway.
Yeah, you get a little preview.
Yo, dog, yo, everybody got a ball, bro. You waiting for your flight? Let's say your flight get delayed. Hey, yo, 21. Let's go.
That's crazy. Like, because you really like your flight get delayed, you could really go play ball.
Yeah, everybody got a ball.
And then you can get something to eat right after. Look at that. Look at that. I know y'all see that right there. I don't know what that is, but you can go get some food right after you bust some ass on the court. Pause. Pause.
We're gonna keep it pushing. But let's talk about the All-Star votes. If you haven't voted, go vote for the All-Stars. Get your favorite players in the All-Star, February 16th to the 18th.
And don't forget, there are some days where it could be your vote counts twice or three times. One of the two. One of the three.
I voted once. That's it.
Time. But I
voted once. But we got front court for the Western Conference. Obviously, LeBron James, 3 million votes.
LeBron James.
He owns the current record for most All-Star appearances in a entire career. I think
he's probably gonna hold that for like his. Nobody probably gonna beat that record.
I mean, like he passed Kobe on that one. That was Kobe's previous record. Nikolai Jokic over 2 million, nearing 3 million. Third, we got Kevin Durant. This is the front court, ladies and gentlemen. You got 2 million. Anthony Davis over nearly 1.5 million.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard fifth, 1 million. And then let's go to the backcourt for the West. You got Doncic, Steph Curry, SGA. Shout out SGA. James Harden and Kyrie Irving, which is kind of the shockers to me.
Why? Which one shocked you?
Both James Harden and Kyrie Irving. I thought Devin Booker was going to be on the list.
To be honest, they've been balling out there.
They've been balling. I'm like thinking Devin Booker, but I guess Devin Booker's been injured. So
yeah, he has been injured. Remember, because they're taking like injury and games being missed into account this year because of
because I'm about to say everybody break 1 million, but James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
I mean, to be honest, they're like the best point guard out there
in the West,
outside of who they just listed,
like Doncic, Curry, and SGA. Like
Ant's not a point guard.
That's true. I don't know why I think Ant's a point guard.
Yeah, we talking about two guards. Hell yeah, he definitely out there.
Well, this is the backcourt, so.
I mean, Ant's gonna make it, but he probably won't be started. But he gonna make it.
I mean, like, is it the All-Star position or positionless?
It might still be positionless.
Because and I think Ant should be on here. Ant's not in the top 5.
That's probably because of voting, though. That's due to voting.
That's true.
If more people voted for him, then maybe that might be changed. But I feel like a consensus for people that actually watch basketball and maybe pay attention to it a little bit more than the average person, they're going to say that, he should be starting or should be the starter, at least for the two guard. Because there's not that many two guards out there that's really outside of Devin Booker. That's probably.
I'm about to say Devin Booker and Ant. I get like who else is out there?
Kings, you're not putting Malik Monk on there.
No.
The Clippers, you already got James Harden on the list.
Yeah.
Thunder, their two guard really ain't shit.
I'm about to say the Thunder is SGA and Josh. I'm not about to say it's Josh Giddey. SGA and Chet. I'm about to say Josh.
Yeah, that's another person.
We're not
going to talk about it, but if you know, you know. Josh Giddey. If you know, you know.
But the Thunder is just SGA and Chet Holmgren, who might be rookie of the year too. The Chet been balling. But I mean, like when you look at the backcourt, I mean, Doncic, Steph, SGA, and got James and Kyrie, who has been balling.
I'm thinking of other teams in the West. It's not really many.
I can't think of anything in the backcourt, or unless I'm outside of Ant.
About Scoot, my boy Scoot. Saying I'm playing.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Oh shit! Well, probably next episode we're definitely gonna talk about that. We're gonna dive into the rookies and now about how they're doing this season because we got some ups, we got some downs, we got some shocks, we got some locks, we got some. It's a lot of everything in regards to these rookies this year, but we're gonna talk about it. But that will be for next episode.
Let's look at the Eastern Conference front court for All-Star. You got obviously leading the pack, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Right behind him is Joel Embiid. You got Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, and Jaylen Brown. That's accurate.
I don't got no problem with that.
That's accurate. Who you gonna take out and who you gonna replace? That's accurate.
If you didn't put Jaylen Brown in there, I would have had a major problem.
Guards.
Whew. Here we go.
Tyrese Halliburton leading the way.
Okay.
Behind him is Trae Young, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey. I feel disrespected because Jaylen.
Where the hell is Jalen Brunson?
Exactly.
Exactly.
What? Trae Young's only in there because of ATL, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. New York, do your job and vote for our point guard.
What? Nah. I'm not even trying to no. Forget the fact I'm a Knicks fan for a second, right? Look at what the man been doing for the team. Exactly. Look at it. The Knicks actually improved since the man got there. They actually have a bona fide superstar since he got there. The man dropped 50. Okay. Also, right, this is my last point, right? The man he's top 3 in all time for the highest scoring games in on NBA Christmas. Like, come on. The man's carrying the team on his back. He scored 50 on the day after Christmas. I don't want to hear nothing else. He's scoring 40. Like it's nothing. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Dog, this is bullshit. Jalen Brunson should be on here.
Trae
Young. Like
Trae Young is nice. Trae Young is nice. But look what the impact. The impact on teams do not count anymore. Do we not look at that? Do we just look at what the player does individually just to make it? Look at what he done for the team. The team.
Dog, he went perfect from the 3-point line when he dropped 47. Actually, no, I think it was when he dropped 50.
Look, the only people we can rely on at this point, the only people we could really rely on is the coaches and the players. That's it. We can't rely on it because obviously the fans must be watching something else. Because why in the world would not Jalen Brunson be on the All-Star team or getting in like a high vote?
He's not. I'm not saying he's going to start.
All right, cool. If
he's not starting,
I don't care if you don't.
Honestly, I think the starting might be Tyrese Halliburton and
wait. Before you go on any further, are these just for the starters? Or these are people to get into the game.
Get into the game. These aren't the starters. They haven't announced the starters. I think the starters is announced by the votes at the end of the day too.
Okay, great. Because I thought this was
Brunson might be a reserve. I can see Maxey. I can see Maxey getting. Maxey most likely going to be a reserve.
That's another person I'll be highly pissed about too if he don't become an all-star. Even though
he'll be an all-star. He'll be an all-star.
Yeah,
Maxey will be an all-star, but your starting guards for your all-star for the East are probably going to be Halliburton and Trae Young. Unless somehow Damian Lillard sneaks all the way in there, because he's right behind Trae Young with 1,449,000. Damian Lillard's got 1,414,000 and 122.
I would put Damian into him. It's not like he's not a bucket. Like Dame been doing what he been doing. Like there's been an impact on the Bucks since Dame been there. So like I'm not even gonna get mad at that. Trae Young on the other hand, great individually. Making the team better, you're not really putting that up there. Because I can't even say that last year. They made the playoffs last year, but I still think Trae Young deserved to be an all-star last year. You know what I'm saying? This year, I'm not seeing none of that because there's no team improvement. I don't want to always look at individual play. What can you do for the team for you to say, wow, you deserve to be an all-star because you helped this team. You helped elevate this team. Not only did you just help elevate the team, you help elevate the people around you. You help other people bring free agents to this destination because of what you can do. Okay.
Jalen Brunson is 6. He's right behind Maxey.
You need to get higher. And that's my bias talking right now.
Yeah, I know it's your bias. That's the thing. As much as I want Jalen Brunson, I think he's going to be reserved. I do want Maxey to be an all-star too because he deserves it because he's having a phenomenal season. But obviously,
all right. So let me ask you this, right? If you had to pick, right? If you had to pick, right, and take your bias out, right? Who you gonna pick? Maxey or you picking Brunson?
If I had to take my bias out, shit.
It's hard, ain't it? Pause.
I think I'll go Brunson.
And that's without bias?
That's without bias.
You know what? I ain't mad at you.
I think it's without bias. I think without bias, it's Brunson. Like if you ask me if you ask me who the better players between the two is, I'll still say Brunson. And that's not shitting on Tyrese Maxey or not. I'm just
it really isn't because Tyrese Maxey is a really, really, really good player.
He is. That's the thing. Like he is. It's just I think Brunson is just a little bit ahead of him.
You know what?
And Maxey's still developing. Maxey is
that's what I was going to say.
Maxey's going to get Maxey's going to be probably one of the best point guards in the league come in the next 5 years.
In the next 2 years, he'll probably be one of the best point guards in the league. because of the fact the way he plays with Joel Embiid, the way he plays and scores now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a style to his game that was popping out to people that knew that he was going to be good. You know what I'm saying? That's why Knicks fans are so hurt about Emmanuel quickly, because like, yo, he was literally the mini version of Tyrese Maxey. Literally, let me say from my opinion, because I don't think a lot of people would agree with that.
No,
but in my opinion,
he was.
Right?
I think quickly was on his way becoming like a Tyrese Maxey for the Knicks.
He really was, but it would have been on a bench role, and that's the great part about it. He was gonna be that little microwave. But man, miss you, my boy.
Breaking news again. This just came in 5 minutes ago from Bleacher Report. Josh Giddey will not face charges following the Newport Beach Police Department's investigation into allegations he had an inappropriate relationship with a minor. That just came in 5 minutes ago.
It said he won't be charged.
He will not face charges.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of reports coming out about it in regards to the situation. We did mention Josh Giddey before, and we did say, if you know, you know. But now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first right here on After the Buzzer. He would not be charged with anything. He was accused of having sexual relations with how old was the girl? 15, 14?
Allegedly 19? 15.
He had sexual allegations put up against him for having being with the 15-year-old girl. Not only did the allegations were just allegations, but they were look bad because they had evidence of him taking pictures of the girl. The girl was with him at this preteen club, but then people got to take into account that Josh Giddey is not a grown man yet. He was basically, he was in the legal sense of the United States, he was 18, and he was at an 18-plus club. So was the girl. So yes, it does look bad. We don't know the entire details of what actually may happen, but now we do know at this point that he was not charged with anything. There was, despite all the evidence that did come out in regards to what he may have done, but now we know the true result. But the crazy part is that's still not going to stop the fans from booing him every time he touched the ball, no matter what arena he goes to.
Yeah, well, he got the round of applause when he got back on the court. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
So that was kind of nasty, but it is what it is. Done
over with. Now we can actually just keep moving forward with basketball. We ain't got to boom every time he touched the ball.
Exactly. So we're hour 18. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
That we will be back here next week. That's one of my final thoughts, that we will be back here next week. We may have some guests. I'm not going to guarantee it yet.
Yeah, we
may have some guests. We got some guests lined up. Don't get it wrong. We got guests lined up. But will they be available for next week? We're going to have to wait and see. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of everything else, I think we hit on everything that we needed to go. We caught up on a lot of stuff. We talked about the games from last night. Talked about some trade rumors. Some historical moments, and All-Star. So I think we hit a lot of great points here tonight.
Yep.
And I think the games are about to start. We're not going to talk about the games tonight, but the games are definitely about to start. Well, they already started about 20 minutes.
The Golden State game is canceled. Well, not canceled, but postponed.
Oh, yeah.
Dawson prayers to the team. They lost their assistant coach today. He died from heart attack. Dawson prayers with him and his family, the team, to the players, and all of them. So that's definitely understandable why they postponed it. And so we just want to get that out there too, that, Dawson prayers to that man's family.
Right. But yeah, I think that on the lighter side, we're going to wrap things up. And we'll be back here next week for another episode of After the Buzzer. I am your host, ATB SHOM, a.k.a. SHOM Diggity, a.k.a. SHOM, what you want to call it. My main man here, Joshua Counts, ATB Josh. And ladies and gentlemen, we gone.
We out.
Yes, sir.